All right, everybody. So this is a follow-up video to our last one where we did the unboxing video of the printed precision trickler. Today we're gonna set this up with the scale and redo the manual on how to program the scale. You may notice on my table that I have two of these bases. So this is the base that I got originally with the package, and then this is another one. So I'll explain that a little bit, right? So the original base, they some of the parts were broken, and what it was were these what he called fingers on this base piece. They were pretty small, and when I opened the package, it was already all sheared off. In this one, this is the original one that is broken. I just glued everything back. I remelted the parts on the fingers and stick them back into the base plate, which is good enough as a temporary fix. But I notified Tyler, the owner and inventor of the printed precision trickler, that hey, this was broken, and he was surprised by that. And but at the time when I mailed him, he was on a vacation. So, anyways, I had some exchange this with him and made some suggestions to improve it. And what I told him was, hey, we need to make those fingers at least twice as wide as what they were. So this is the revised version of it. And I asked him to, hey, if you're going to revise it based on my suggestion, please send me the revised version. And you'll notice that these fingers are actually wider, and so these are stronger than the previous ones. So yeah, Tyler, he's been very responsive on all the emails, and really takes suggestion into heart. So anyways, this is the base piece. These two pieces made together, and what he suggests in the instructions is optionally you can glue these two pieces together, just don't glue the finger part. That would give it a bit more strength, because as you put your top pieces on here, it starts getting heavier and it may fall off, but we'll see about that. So I just got this replacement today, and we're gonna set this up. So this is my A&D FX300IN, and I took the platen place off of here already, and you're supposed to put this piece in there. So this one will help center your cup, and just press this on to the trickler. It's keyed so it fits in one direction, and you want the opening facing a diagonal towards the front of the A&D. This base piece goes on over the A&D. I guess the I don't even know what you call this actually. So it just fits right there like that. And so you install that piece onto it. Next, what we want to do is install the trickler pieces. So this one is the fine trickler. And for the fine trickler, we want to connect the fine cable. So it says fine and bulk. So this is the fine cable, and we want to connect it here. It's keyed and only fits in one way, which is not that way. Right there. And that piece fits over here, and it's keyed as well, so it only fits in one spot. This is the bulk dispenser, and the bulk dispenser is actually connected to this piece. This piece, to install it, you put it here, and then you slide it into the, put it in here, actually wait, wrong way. Put this way, slide this into the slot here, push it in, and then on this side, slide it into the slot as so. And now that's installed. And then we connect the cable for the bulk. Here's the cable for the bulk. And then we put this on top of this side right here. Now, this is the Varget plate. What it fits is inside the fine trickler. Right now I have the retubble installed, but this one would be for finer powders, and this one would be for coarser powders. So to swap the plates, you just pull this out. Make sure all the powder's off of it, and then put the other piece in. It's keyed, so it only fits in one way. And you push it in, and make sure it's tightly in there. And then we put it back in. So that changes the plate. So let me move this piece out of the way. Now we need to, let's connect this first, right? So this is the hopper. This hopper is pretty narrow. When I used it, pouring powder in tended to spill a little bit. And maybe we'll find some tricks on how to install it, how to pour the powder in more effectively. So we stick this in here. And then now we gotta connect this trickler, the control unit, to the A&D. And this is the RS-232 cable. You just connect it here, like so, screw it in. It's not really necessary to screw it in, but might as well make sure it's tight. And then on the other side, on the A&D, you'll see the RS-232 port here. And so we just connect that into that port. And also screw this in. All right, so I'm gonna turn this back towards the camera. Make sure your scale is level. It was here in this spot, should be level before. It might be better for you to put the control unit on the left side, but I have it on the right side right now. So we want to level the scale, and right now it is not level, so I am going to level it. Okay, there we go. So now it's level. So this is how the unit as installed should look like. The powder cup goes in here. And that's the unit. That's how you put it together. Now, we will need to actually program the scale. So let me bring up the instruction manual here. So the instruction manual is on the GitHub page. And in here it has a section called programming the scale configuration, right? So I've already pre-programmed this, but let's see if we can also do it again, right? So settings that require configuration and the configured values, right? So these are the values that you want to change them into with the values here. And the instructions here will tell you how to edit those values. So it says when programming your scale, right? So this might be a little bit different depending on your exact scale, but this is for the 300 IN. You'll use the following 4 buttons on the front face of the scale. Sample, that's this one. Re-zero or tear, that's this. So this is the IN model, NTEP model, I mean. And it's meant for commercial scale use, and the reason for these buttons is because of that. So this is tear instead of re-zero. Print and cal, so for calibration. Cal exits the configuration menu. Print selects a currently displayed category to individual value settings within that category. Saves a currently displayed individual setting. Yes. And tear re-zero changes the current displayed setting. So basically cycle through the setting. Okay, so press and hold for 2 seconds to enter the configuration menu, the sample button. So press and hold twice, 2 seconds, I mean. Okay, so now this is basic functionality. And we also use that to scroll between the categories. Okay, so we're basic functionality, so that's this first instruction. Print con re0 tier 2 times. That would bring us, or until 0 is displayed. So we want to go to con 0, so we were at con 0 already. Sample 4 times, so that way the value is 5 PD, so 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 PD, so that's 5 PD right there. Press re0 in tier 2 times, 1, 2, or until the unit, until 2 is displayed. Again, I had 2 already, so set it back to 2. Okay, print CP func, sample 3 times, 1, 2, 3. That would change it to D out. We want that, D out. Print. Okay, re0 tier 4 times, so until the 4 is displayed. We want this to display 4, which it is right now, but you cycle through it pressing the tier button until you get to 4. Key, yeah, print 4. Okay, so now we want to, until 4 is displayed, print 5F. 5IF, yes, and then print BP5, BP5 right here. Re0 or tier 3 times until 5 is displayed again, BP5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times, right? But I was already at 5, so I'm gonna put it back to 5. That's good. Sample. We want this to say BTPR, which it does. Re0 tier 2 times until 2 is displayed. 2 is already displayed, but I'm gonna cycle through it. Yes, cycle through it, and then it'll say 8N on top. And then sample, we want CLRF, and we want CLRF values to be 1. If you cycle, it can be 0 or 1. So we want it 1. Sample, type. Type, we want to display type 4, which it does already, but you cycle through it. So 4 right here. Print. Unit. Print. Unit gram. Sample 10 times until GN shows. Sample 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. GN shows. That means for grain. Alright, so if GN does not appear as an option when cycling through all individual settings, exit the configuration menu by pressing Cal, turn the scale off, and proceed to the Konami code unit selection instructions below. So again, this is the NTEP model, which as it comes doesn't have the grains enabled because grains is not a legal tender scale value, so they have to disable that. I went through the process separately from here to enable grains and unlock it from the NTEP mode. That was done previously already. Okay, so we have grain displayed. Okay, re0 tier, unit GN, right? We have that. Circle will appear on the left. Okay, circle will appear on the left. All right, that's selected as my default measurement. Print. ID. It does show ID. Cal to exit configuration menu. And now your scale is fully configured to operate the printed precision trickler. Now I'm not going to go through the NTEP scale unlocking here. That's only for people who need to, but it does work. You can unlock it, and I've done that before. The Konami code unit selection, I don't have that issue, so I don't need to go through that, but if you guys have that problem, go through the instructions. Oh yeah, lastly, right, of course, the power. Power goes here, and the other side just plugs into a wall outlet. And that's all we have. And it turns on by itself, I didn't even press the button. And this is software version 1.1. And when you want to start using it, you have to calibrate the powder that you're going to use. And I will show you how to operate that on the next video. All right, that's all for setting up the printed precision trickler. Have a good one.